Have you ever been to Golconda? It's a place or a fort in Hyderabad. Do you know what a fort is? Well, a fort was basically a structure which was very safe and secure and strong, and they were built in order to defend a place or people from attack from outside enemies. So a lot of thought went into building these huge and really strong secure structures which we call forts. For instance, they actually had a curved part in the front of the building or in front of the fort wall, which is called the bastion. So the bastion was something that was used in order to keep the fort secure. Moreover, the bastion actually had holes in it, which allowed the soldiers on the inside of the fort to look out and to see any approaching enemies. So they actually knew even before the enemies had attacked or reached the fort that they were on their way to an attack, so they could prepare for enemy attacks. So what else do you think a fort would have? Well, for one, it had really high and thick walls, which could withstand attacks from enemies such as guns and cannons, etc. So it had to make sure that it was really thick so that it wouldn't break whenever the enemy attacked. Now, one more thing it had was a really huge gate, and that was to keep enemies outside the fort and not let them enter. So forts had a lot of structures that were built or put into the fort structure for defense. But did anybody live in them? Yes, the rulers or the sultans who used to rule over the area used to actually live in the forts. Now, not only did they live in the forts, there were gardens, sometimes even palaces, then fields and factories that were situated inside the forts. So farmers and workers and common citizens used to also call the forts their home. Not only did forts have all of these things built into its structure, and not only did a lot of people live in these forts were also very beautiful. And they had fountains on the roof, they had beautiful carvings in the walls and in their structures, and they also had a lot of windows and doors for ventilation and for ways through which light and air could pass into the entire huge structure. So the next time you plan a visit to a fort, make sure that you look out for all of the wonderful things that they have.